Hello everyone. So we are continuing with our Fieldglass end-to-end scenario. So today we are going to see what are the different steps for service procurement for work order. So it has 22 steps. So this in the slides I have given, but at the same time also given in the Notion app. So if you can see, so I will go back to the SAP Extended Workforce Management. Under that, part B, we do have this segment 22 steps in service procurement for work order. So we are going to check it out, all those things, how does it work and all, one by one step. So we'll start with the creating and submitting a job posting as a buyer. Okay, so who will be doing this activity? So here the persona is buyer, right? So persona, here we have to understand who is the person actually doing this activity. So you can see that in the step one itself is mentioned. You have to first of all log into a SAP Fieldglass system as a buyer. So after that, you have to access the job posting creation. So let's see how does it work. So I will go step by step. So the home screen is already displayed. So you can see that whenever I've already logged into the system. So this is how the system looks like. If you are new to Fieldglass, I will recommend to do some take a test instance and try out this thing. So we can see that. So this is how the homepage of a Fieldglass looks like. And as a buyer, what I will do, I will be going to the create options here. And when I go to create options, I can see a lot of options here, contingent level, services, payments, orders. So in the contingent level, I will be trying to first of all creating a job posting for the worker. This is the first scenario which we are going to test it. So here, as soon as I log in, I can see there are options like job posting owner, billing currency, select source, all the things options are here. So I'll be just job posting owner means the person who is going to post the job. And above that, you might be having a question, what is an ask an expert? So what does it say? So it asks for which template you have to use, what are the values appropriate for this position. You can ask other people as well. So I'll be asking a question here. So let's say I have a question, someone looking for finance job fintech operation, let's say. Template, job template. Maybe in someone in your team, if they're having such template, so they can answer you in the message center. So there is an option here. So just you have to be familiar about it. So you can see once the question is answered, answers will appear in the message center. So here, this message center, we need to check it out how you can see that, right? So this is the point. So now, from a job posting point of view, I will job post as the owner, generic user, but there are some other options as well we do have. So now what I will do is as simple as that. In the billing currency, I'll be choosing US dollar and select a source. So you have two options, job posting templates or job posting. So here, let's say I'll be going for a job posting template, which is already ready-made templates are available. And you can search by title, billing, and all. So if I choose the billing analyst here, so it will copy that template and you'll be getting to a three-step process: setup, augment, and review and submit. So in this way, the buyer can go, can see the owner is the buyer, and means here basically generic user or billing currency is US dollar, job template which we are using the billing analyst. So let's say we are planning to have this job starting from August 1st, 2022, and end date is, let's say, in 2023 for 1 year, August 2023, July 31st. In that time, we will be putting that day. The number of positions, let's say we want two positions to be open. Okay. So maintain the description if anything is required. Let's say the travel is required for this position. Yes, let's say 5%. Generally, finance people they do not travel that much, right? In the building, or building, especially the building analyst and all. But let's say to test it out. Now I can see the legal entity. Okay, so as soon as we this legal entity purchase unit we have chosen, so we need to understand from where this is coming, right? So that we'll be discussing later on. So now in the site we have to also choose a particular site, and what does this mean? Specify report to location. So you can see you can choose a particular location in let's say in US. Let's try that. Detroit. Specify report to location. So this one, okay. If you're having a locations that report to this, you can put it out here. Yeah. Okay, so I think someone has a query. So let's do that query later on. So we have to specify report to location. Let's note down as well, specify report to location. Yeah, now let's choose for the business unit. Let's say it's the MC corporate. Then we have an option to also select by the tree. So the tree structure will come and you can also choose from that. This looks like this, MC corporate. I can also choose from here. Now here the company code is 1710. Yeah. So which you can see in the legal entity company code, same thing, right? Job code is optional, but let's say I will put it as a billing analyst. So B001, put it for my reference. And all these fields are visible only for the buyer user. So as I'm a buyer, okay, so you can see the buyer users only can see that. Job level, let's say it is a manager level. The position ID, let's say I'll be putting a number. So this number also we have to check it out whether it has a significance on asset. Does it affect anywhere in the SAP success factor position management? We have to check it out. So that is also a query questions for all of you. At the position ID, is there any mapping of SF position ID? Product type group. So this is we need to check it out. Product type group. What is the product type group? We have to see product type group. Then we have a cost allocation. So here what we have to do, no cost center has been defined. So you have to choose a category from here. Let's say account category K, apply filter. Yes, we do have. So we have also search, you can search cost center or financials one. And these are the four. And once you choose this selected entries, it comes as a selected cost center. So let's try also, can we add to cost center? Answer is yes, we can also add to cost center, right? Let's update it. Okay. So whenever I'm selecting to cost center, you can see that this is by default coming as a 50-50%, right? So in that case, we have to choose which is our primary cost center. So let's say we'll be putting primary cost center, the finance cost center, then also the corresponding general ledger account also we will be putting it here. That is the bank one. Similarly, here also let's put this as this one, purchase service, right? So now what's next? We will be putting some attachment. No attachment defined, so maybe some dummy attachment I will try to put it here. Let's say, let me create a dummy account. Let's say dummy account test file, test it, save as test, right? So now what I will do, I will put it as a test here. I will choose the files from my laptop. I will use test document. I will open it. I will submit it, attach it here. The maximum size limit is 5 MB. It is just at 1 KB for me. I will just attach it here. Then I will write some descriptions. So you can see my name, visibility also you can control whether you want to be private or public, right? Just mention paste here. I will continue. Once I go to the next step, so we can see there is a augment options coming up. So in the augment options, so we will at the same time we'll also check out our test script here. So what we have done, we have selected the cost center. So a general ledger account from the drop down list, not exactly the same, but whatever was available in our system. If the expected cost center is not on the list, choose the add or remove cost center link. Check the option on use the desired cost center and choose add select. Okay, so this was also an option. We have not tested it. So what we can do, let's go back. If it is possible, let's try that. Okay, so once I've chosen that options, right? So you have an option here. Account opening, all these things. Let's see that. Go to the setup again. So everything is saved. I don't have to worry about much. So what I can do, if I want to add another cost center, let's try that. Account category P, unused one. Okay. So you can also choose a lot of cost centers are already available here, right? So in this section, I can see there are two options, used and unused. Let's try used on one. So this is already we have done it. This is already we have done it. Here and let's see all the options. What are the options we're coming? So if I'm choosing K category, unused category, these are the options we are having. Cost center 1710. I will add selected. And if I'm choosing, let's say, okay, but I don't see any add options. Okay, add or remove cost center, that is fine. So we have to understand what does this add mean? That means, does that mean we can add a new cost center directly from here? Or it simply means we have to select add cost center from the available cost center. So that we need to confirm. So let's test that. And I think most probably it is from an existing list of cost center only. It is not like you have to create a cost center here. Add, does it mean adding or creating a new cost center, right? So this is the thing. So anyway, so this one we will check it out. Right. So now, without any further ado, let's go keep on doing the remaining activities. So the posting information, so buyer reference, let's say I'm putting my name, library, Nayak, coordinator, let's say, I'll put the coordinator on here only. Let's say coordinator, comments to the supplier. We need it urgently. Document type LV. It's fine. It is close to return is scan. Document type. And after doing this, let's say what does it say? Argument screen is displayed. We have seen that. Now we are entering the posting information details. The buyer reference field which we have entered is already an optional field. You can enter information such as internal reference number, Okay, that can be then used to search for this job posting. Based on the company configurations, it may be required to enter a coordinator. The coordinator is typically a member of program office, mostly the PMO or someone like that who is responsible for assisting with this job posting. Okay, so here we have to actually have not the name, rather we can put some reference number like REF 1753, or it can be some kind of a number. Coordinator can be a PMO, project management officer, any coordinator like that. So now we will be going to the next part. Skip this field and leave it as no qualification specified. Note, to enter and update desired qualification, use add or remove qualification links. Let's state the job seekers on the listed qualifications. So here, let's try that. Add or remove qualifications. So here, we have to also put here the criteria. We are having a any criteria. No items found. Let's see why. Okay, let's see that. Uh, building. The thing is there. If I search for this qualifications, okay, so this is something which I found, couldn't found out. Let me put in a comment here. Ideally, it should be in this place. What expected result? Rather in the comment section, when we put it here. Where this data is maintained, how it is different from skill set or competence. This is fine. For example, see that we'll put as a green here. So all the past sections we have to put as a green. Possible templates also we're able to see it. This, this one I will put as a red. I was a little confused where exactly what I have to use. Similarly, this means I will put as a fail. So earlier when I was trying, so this was failing, but I will put as a comment here the fail, but while choosing euro, it was not coming. But with USD, it is coming, right? This is something you have to communicate. Enter started and ended. So this one already I have entered that. So you have started from 8th of, sorry, 1st of August 2022 to your next year, July end. So this was, I'm entering here. This is pass, I will say. There is nothing wrong. This is an example, but I will say I've entered this data. Okay. So this is the past statement. Now, enter the number of position as 1. So I tried it with the 2 also. That is perfectly fine. It's not a very big thing. So travel required, I said yes. I told tried it yes. With yes, percentage of travel is coming. This one I'll just highlight as the orange that I can check it out. Right. So now coming to the next one. Location. This is something I couldn't expect it. The correct value is not automatically displayed. Maybe it could be a data issue. We'll say fail. False. These are not automatically displayed. Also, I need to understand the data connectivity in all the scenario. Next one is cost center. So this was fine, but how? What does it mean? We to understand. Let's say if the cost center doesn't exist, choose the add or remove cost center link. Right. Okay. So basically, this is very important one. But this add or remove is from a selected list of cost center, or is it like totally creating a new cost center? We need to check it out. Check the option on used. Now, so this is a query I do have here. We have a comment here. Choose continue. This is fine. Argument screen, we're able to see it. Nothing wrong. Okay, so this at the buyer reference field is optional, so that you have already tried it, not the problem. This already we have tried it. So now, having understanding this, enter up then, okay, time sheet. Okay, time sheet part we will be seeing. So yeah. So in the argument part, we can see all this stuff. Document type also questions, qualifications, time sheet standard, or it is required, let's say no time sheet, or it is directly, all things we have to take it out, time in and time out, standard, time in, time out, no time sheets. If we're having 8 hours per day, 40 hours, then according to the number of hours, which we'll calculate 4176. And this is the billing rate, standard timing sheet. So if you're going for this one, let's see if any change is happening. I don't think so. No time sheet, there is no change as such. Standard add or remove rates. Average rate to is calculator. Let's see or the calculation state how it is happening here. Okay, so here there is no as such value. We search the rate. Okay, so here there are different rates, but it is not clearly visible. Let's try this. Try this once again. Add or remove rates. But why this is stopping whenever I'm trying this rate, add or remove rates, the fields are looking so clumsy, I cannot read them. So this is also one of the observation whenever I'm trying add or remove rate. There's something shown on this. We will be putting it as a comment here. Add up remove rates. Yeah, here. And it's not cancel. Two positions. Sign, plot adjustment. Let's calculate. What is edit option? Let's see that. Okay. For 261 days, so this is the thing. Spend maybe okay. Billable per diem. Additional 6,000 maybe. Additional spend, so 5% here and there. Estimated additional expenses 5%. Let's try that. Save it. Right now, this is how the calculation will happen in here. Distribution, supplier is bought by this date. We've already submitted it. Now, let's see the system here in test scenario. We have add attachment, which already we have done. Enter accounting informations depending on job posting and there is no need to change it. Okay, so accounting information, we don't have to change anything. So this is fine. Now, enter distribution information. What does it mean? Select the correct distributor from the from list. Based on the job posting template configuration, distribution list is automatically assigned. The maximum submissions per supplied field is optional. The supply response by date field is also optional. Populated, it triggers notification. Okay, so let's do that. The supplier should have responded by this date, right? So this is fine. So this is understandable. Distribution list, maximum submission for recruiter, test DL distribution list. Distribution, so they are saying job posting automatically. Okay, so this is coming directly. Why? Because we have chosen a particular template. So for that reason, it is defaulted, right? To the test DL. This otherwise you could have chosen this because we have chosen a particular job posting template. It was coming by default. Okay. That is a step number 16. Now, our attachment, this is will be skipping it, not a problem. So, attachment already is coming, part of the attachment we have given. Rules. Job seeker rate salary can exceed requested rate or salary, allowed time in hundreds of hours on the time saved. So these are some rules. So enter operator rules depending upon the company configuration and the job posting. If these values will be shown, so let's see in this what they are saying. In the job seeker, salary can exceed requested rate or salary field, select no. Okay. So this is possible, right? Suppose someone has some job seeker has a specific target. Well, this is my rate. Okay. So if you want to give it a yes here, so it is now flexible. But if you're saying no, now you are rigid, your salary may not exceed the requested, right? So that is something here. And this is the rules, but we will be keeping it a blank. If you select a no, the supplier would not be able to submit job seeker with a bill rate exceeding the salary, bill rate is salary. So choose continue. So this is already, we have seen it. Now after this, we will be reaching to the final step where exactly we'll be submitting the GIST job post, right? So now, everything is sent to the unique ID, just display at the top of the screen about the title. Okay. So with this, we will be completing this particular step. We will continue. Let's see if any errors or not. No, there's no error. Perfect. So now we will be seeing this is our job posting ID. We will capture this as well in our presentation. So this is our review and submit stage. And we will not be capturing all the screenshots, but just for our understanding, the measure one, we will put it here. Now going to the next part, cost allocation. We will continue now the step number two, augment part. We have seen these details. So this is the way we have to complete this activity. Let's see that. So we've seen the qualifications, we have not added anything. The time sheet, we have the standard one and the standard rate. And these are the rates. So we have seen for two employees, two positions rather, distributions and all these things. So these are the rates and we'll continue and we will be posting this job as a bio, right? So in this way, we have to review and you can see that the setup, how from started, ended, number of positions, and everything is sorted here. If anything you would like to change, you can always have an option. Also, if you want in a hurry, then you can also get an option complete later. You can come back and again review it, submit it, right? So let's say if everything looks good, we will be seeing all these things, all the calculations, everything. So this is the final one, including everything, all the adjustment and all. Now the distribution is this. This is your distribution list. Test DL under that, we do have, so these are different vendor. We do have Infosys, Wipro, Accenture, Deloitte US. So there are different networks. We have the Fieldglass vendor networks. So all these things we have to capture here. So then we have to submit here. So in this way, we have to complete this entire process. So once you can see this billing analyst, now this job has been submitted. That means this in the bill in the Fieldglass, this is now success. This job has been posted here successfully. Okay. So with this, technically, we have no issues in creating and posting this particular job, right? So we will now in the next step we will be moving to approving the job posting, right? So you will be seeing who will be the approver. So basically, uh, here you can see in this persons also we have a single option of approve it, right? So whether I can edit it or approve it, yeah. So approver, as for our scenario, if I go to the step number two, before we go there, so let's comment. Most of the things are actually passed, although we have few comment section. So we're clear that is the pass. Pass accounting information, that is perfectly fine. It is perfectly fine. No attachments, but we have added an attachment here. That is fine. Update rules. This one we have not fine. Not done any changes, but it's a pass. The job posting we have already posted here, and it went through a workflow. So you can see the job posting we are expecting is assigned with a unique ID, which is displayed at the top of the screen above the title. Let's see that, which is that. We can see job posting ID. This is the thing. Okay. So now, what are the things? Job posting is pending approval with me. If we go here, so I have an approval. So what I can do, edit. I can also have an actions here. Associate user, change project, close the posting, attachment, associate user, withdraw. All the options we do have, and also we do have a message center. Message is there, and view budget. If I want to check the budget, but I don't see any budget here, so we need to check it out from where this budget is coming, whether it is coming for S4 HANA or it is coming from directly maintained here. We will be going with that. So this is some kind of observations. View budget. Comment is from where budget is coming, right? Now we will click OK. So this is our final step number 1. And we can see this is a job posting ID, right? Now, in the next step, what I will do, so I can see an option here, job posting list in another window. So the recent one, which I have posted, this will be looking like this because if it is a pending one, I can see the status is pending. Also, we can see the other different options in the status, like submitted, withdrawn, pending, approval, all this stuff for the time being. So we will go to this particular directly to this particular field from this and click approve. That is our second step, step number 2. If I go to the step number 2 here, approve job posting. So we have accessed the work items menu. So let's do it in a different way. So although we have seen here how to approve it, it is very easy to click the approve button and we'll be able to do that. Let's see from here, we will be going to the home page and we will do it accordingly. After logging, there's an approval. So require even approval, your work items menu. From the work items menu, job posting. This is my menu. So we can see job posting is different activity. Billing analyst is still approval is pending. So if you want to see the approval workflow, view approval group routing. So I can see. So this is basically who can approve it. Generic user, then must be approved by one of this distributor. Okay. So anyone can approve here from here. So not a problem. So I can also approve it. So this is something our work list. Approve the job posting. Choose the job ID of the posting. The job is submitted and routed to the next step pending distribution in the workflow. Okay, so I will simply approve it from here. This is our step number 2. Approved. Approved. Okay. So now you can see that it says document was approved and sent for further approvals. Click here to see approvals and approval routing. So I can see that generic user, they have approved it. Now we have to see other must be approved by one of this distributor. Let's see if it's possible to log in as that. So it is an approved. I have to log in as a distributor. Let's log in as a distributor CRT1. Let me add here as an approver. Let's see that. Distributor. Okay, so it's not the case. Okay. Okay, so this is something if I try to add it, delete this approval from well. Otherwise, what we can do, let's put it here. Generic user. Okay. So once I have that options here, I can approve it directly from here. Approve. Send to here. So let me put it here also as a generic user. Approval already exists. Okay. Cancel it. So this is my current step. Associate users. Let's see. Kevin Wagner, the distributor. Okay, so let's see. Let me sign out and log in as a distributor. Let's try that. My work items. Okay, so I can see this is something we have seen that, right? Billing analyst, but let's see whether that is a number 204. If it is yes, we will be able to. Yes, it is 204. Now I have logged in as a second level approver. So what I will do, I will go here and I can see that this is my 204. I need to approve it. It's pending approval. I can verify everything here, whether it's the same thing which I have submitted as the other role as a buyer. I can see that. Company code, or this is position ID, manager, built the company. So it's taking billing information, comments, we need it urgently. So I can see that. The document which I have posted, I can see that. Okay, so this is nice. So we can also, for every job posting, inline, I can see. I don't have to go to another screen. So all these things I can see from here. Job posting, USIC, HRA administrator, USIC. I don't have to log into another screen. And yeah, so let's see for the billing analyst, which we have created just now, 2nd of July, I will be approving the same, right? And I also, let's see the budget I don't require. So I can go to details. If I want to see, I can go to another screen, right? So from here, let me approve it. Approve. Okay, I'll put it. Okay, done. Click approve. Now, once it is done, success. Now you have approved these items, right? So in this way, I can see this is a thing, billing analyst, success submitted. Okay. So this is our second test scenario where it has been approved job posting, means the job posting, whatever we have seen the step number one, that is now been approved with a 2 level of workflow. So whatever the workflow you have configured accordingly, it is now approved, right? So now I will go to the next step. So all the details will be visible. You can see everything will be non-editable except few things like buyer reference, all the things. You can see that job seeker, there is no job seeker as such, right? So listed to the supplier. So who are the supplier? So now I have submitted as a buyer. So if you want to see the supplier, I can see that here. So as we have seen earlier, we have suppliers. Those are the talent providers, I can say. Accenture, Wipro, Infosys, Deloitte, US, AW Ltd, ERS Ltd. So as soon as I get those responses, I will be able to see here. I can see now no responses, actions here. So that's the thing. Also the supplier rates also I can see here from here. So these are the different supplier rate, almost standard rate, 75 USD per hour. No, all these things I can see, the details and rules, if any. Yes. So these are the settings which you can see. There are response rules, there are also posting rules. So you can see in the posting rules, creator can change job posting title, creator can change job. See what are the things we can choose, cannot be done. So all these things we can see, work order revision, time expense, invoicing rules, all these details, right? Now I can see also this is a message center which we are looking for. So we can see what are the changes we are seeing. Also, we can see here as a question posted or is there been a notification, the different categories of messages which you really like it. So let's say suppose this is the questions which I can see the generic user has posted while the buying is looking for fintechs of job content. So if I am saying that refer standard template from job bank, right? So I will send it. So in this way, we can also have a chat functionality. Means you can see the message center. You can go to the messages. The message can be anything. It is a generic user or it is a okay. So all kind of approval. You don't have to have another login mailbox to check it all the things. You can always check it out here in the message center itself, right? So this is the thing. So this is how the job posting means everything will be in the mailbox. You don't have to have a separate mailbox for this. So now with this approval, we can see also in the distributor what he can do. So he distributor also he can do a job posting, name job posting for worker. He can view a lot of things here. He can see worker, work order, workforce, milestone, time sheet, all the things he can do. The screens looks like little different here, but this is how the distributor is. So this is the distributor role. We have just checked it out, right? This is the distributor role. Now let's go to the next step. So this is I'm happy. So this is something also easy one, and there is nothing wrong as such or expectation. So this is pass. Then depends are green, control C. This is pass. Now with this, in the next session we will be continue with the remaining part. We will start from step number 3. So we'll just do a recap. Step number 1, the persona was a buyer. Okay. So we have to understand who was the buyer and who is responsible for creating and submitting the job in our scenario. And the tool which we have used is Fieldglass. Because in this entire scenario, sometimes we'll be using Fieldglass, sometimes we'll be using for HANA. So we'll be very clear which tool you are using, right? Or we can use the product. Right. So now let's similar thing we'll be doing here also in the step number 2. We have mentioned already this one, but persona wise, who has approved? There is level 1, level 2 approver. So as for our scenario, Fieldglass system login is the approver. So approver, we have to basically here we have seen both generic user and distributor were the approver, right, in our system. Persona was done. Now the next one is the which we have seen, that is the product, same product we have used. That is our last. So with this, we'll be getting clarity on these things. Okay. So now in the next session, we'll be starting with the submitting job seeker to a job posting. Okay. So what we are going to do here. So again, here we have to log in as a not a buyer, but rather a supplier, right? So we'll be coming to the other end of it, and the supplier will be checking out in the choosing the job ID, whatever we have chosen. Then he will be submitting a CV and entering a rate, submit the job seeker to the job post. So this is the supplier side we'll be seeing here. So for that, before we go there, we will be updating this sheet as well in terms of persona and product, right? So here we will be putting persona and product. Persona will be your supplier. So we have a concept of buyer and supplier. Buyer is the company who is looking for hiring. Supplier is who is the company who is providing the talent, right? So we will stop here and we will continue in the next sessions with this particular step.